All right. Let me give you a word of advice. Man, you got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano. Y cuando habla la gente negra, te hablando de mí también. Okay, but I'm just saying, you need to watch what you say. Okay, I'm just letting you know though. When you talk about people, especially black people, man, watch what you're saying. I ain't recording you. I'm recording myself. I'm recording you now. So, you know what, that's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand their ass.
There is this video from Family Dollar where Family Dollar cashier, she's a Mexican. She was altering racist words towards a black American, this guy here. And this black American was able to hear what this lady was saying or what this woman was saying in a Spanish, because we have a lot of black Americans or a lot of Africans Americans or black people who knows a lot of language. So I don't know why this lady just assumed that this is only speak English, you know, and you go ahead and expose yourself. Of course, it didn't end well because this guy knew what the lady was saying and he blasted her. And I hear that the lady was being cancelled from Family Dollar. Now, this is the video that we are going to react today. Why are Mexicans racist towards black Americans or black people? Because they are brown. They think maybe they are better than black people. I don't know, but Latinos, Mexicans, Spanish, Cubans, you know, they have been racist towards black people for so long. Even the Afro-Latinos are going through the same problems. Now, guy go ahead and explained why or what the lady was saying. It was about that these black people are thieves. Like, you know, literally he was saying this guy, or she was saying this guy was a thief. He may steal some stuffs there. So that's the video. I want us to watch this clip and then we're going to talk about it.
All right. Let me give you a word of advice. You got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano. Okay, but I'm just saying, you need to watch what you say. Okay, I'm just letting you know though. When you talk about people, especially black people, man, watch what you're saying. I ain't recording you. I'm recording myself. I'm recording you now. So, you know what, that's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand. Yo soy cubano. Cuando hablan la mierda de negro, tú hablando de mí también. No, y'all talking that nigga shit Spanish. Yo soy cubano, yo entiendo. Like I said, my intention wasn't to get her fired, was to check her, to watch what you say, because you never know who understand you. So you see me as a black person, but you don't know my roots. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I'm trying to wake her up to, man, you never know who understand you, because there's a bunch of us Afro-Latinos que hablan español. Y como yo parle français aussi, I speak French and Spanish, so.
Did you ever expect the video to blow up the way it did?
No, I did not, and you know, I didn't video it, like I'm telling people, I didn't video to get the girl fired. What happened was, I was in the store, Family Dollar, and I was buying a few things, and some soap and stuff like that. Now the one lady, she was on the aisle with me, she knew I spoke Spanish because I had my phone on speaker, and I was talking to a customer in Spanish. So she knew I spoke Spanish. The girl behind the counter, she probably didn't. So as I was going through the line, the lady in front of me, she had a little girl, and her little girl had some little tennis, and they were black. So she asked the girl behind the counter, what about the white tennis? She said, no, the white tennis, they were speaking Spanish. She said, the white tennis for boys. She said, but when I opened up the box, I put the box behind the counter because she said in Spanish, porque los black people, and I'm gonna say it without being derogatory, but she's saying the black people would be stealing the tennis. But she said it in Spanish in a derogatory way. So the lady in front of me, who knew I spoke Spanish, turns around and looked at me in the face. And then she started engaging in the conversation. No, estos negros. So I'm standing in line, I'm really holding my peace to keep from going off because I don't want to act a fool. So I wait till she burn off, and I tell the little sister behind the counter, I said, let me give you a word of advice. I said, man, you'll never know. I said, you'll never know who you offend. And as I'm trying to tell her, I guess she's snapping. Did he understand me? So I tell her in Spanish, yo soy cubano. To let her know I understand. So now she's going to the fence and trying to explain to me why she said what she said, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't videoing her, I was videoing myself. And then she, you know, she hollered for her manager, you know, he's videoing me. So I'm like, I wouldn't, but I said I am now. So I put her on blast. And like I said, my intention wasn't to get her fired, was to check her, to watch what you say, because you never know who understand you. So you see me as a black person, but you don't know my roots. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I'm trying to wake her up to, man, you never know who understand you. Because there's a bunch of us Afro-Latinos, que habla español. I speak French and Spanish. So you see the man, but you don't know the roots. And that was my thing. You never know who you offend, because you never know who understand you.
Right. And what was that moment like when you got a call from corporate?
I can't say this here. Corporate called me to apologize. That made me feel good that somebody took out their time, that somebody responded to my complaint, because it was my Facebook fam, one of my Facebook wonder. She called it, she posted it, she sent it to corporate, and corporate called me and they said, man, we sorry, man. We sorry, that should have never happened. I explained to them what happened, and they said she never should have had that conversation. So they did apologize. They did call me and reach out to me to give me a sincere apology that they were sorry and that they would take care of, you know, rectify the situation. Like I told them, I wasn't trying to get her fired, but say lo que sea, it is what it is, you know. You know, that's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand their ass.
Now you know that the world is ending, because we are in a time of revelations. And everything that's done in the dark is coming out in the light, whether you speak English or not. The devil is a liar. He's the father of lies. And even he can't hide no more. We've always known y'all was talking about us, though, in our faces, whether we spoke that language or not, in our communities, making our money, profiting off of us. And yet y'all want us to protest for y'all? Now what? You got a brother out here that speaks Spanish and you try to call, listen, I ain't got
Talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand their ass.
Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. It looked like somebody then stepped up in some shit, and the smell is not smelling too good. There's a brother man that goes to the Family Dollar store, and there was a Latin lady speaking Spanish to another Latin lady. And I'm just going off of what he had said in a previous video, saying that, I guess the lady asked, how come you keep these type of sneakers behind the counter? And the lady, the cashier, was saying, because the black people come in and they steal everything, so you have to watch those black folks. Well, this brother is Dominican. He looks black, but he speaks Spanish and he speaks French. So he ends up checking this cashier, saying, you need to watch how you talking about people, because just because I look black don't mean that I don't understand Spanish. And then he starts spitting it off. And he said, and he says in Spanish, you're over there talking shit about black people, and I understood every word you said. So this actually went to corporate. Corporate reached out to this brother man, and this lady got fired. She got let go. She got terminated. She got her walking papers because she said something racist. You know, discrimination. And, you know, it's just kind of interesting that this brother's an Afro-Latino, meaning that he is from African descent, but he is considered Latino, a black Latino. But he speaks the language fluently and understands it. So that's just funny, because there's a lot of Mexican folks, Latino folks, Hispanic folks that just think because you're in America that, you know, black people don't speak the Spanish. You are sadly mistaken. There's a lot that understands it, you know. But in this case, it bit her in her ass because of what she said, and I don't feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for her, because, you know, she should have just said, hey, we keep the shoes behind here because there's been a lot of theft. We want to make sure that we're not getting robbed. But you can let people know there's a way of how you handle it. But this was colorism is what it was. There are some Mexican, Latino, Hispanic folks that don't really rock with black people. They don't like them, you know, which, hey, that's fine. You don't have to. We're not losing no sleep over it. But in this case, where she thought she was safe speaking her primary language, it bit her in the ass. And now you got to find another job. Don't get mad at the brother, man, because she goes, are you videotaping me? I wasn't, but now I am. And he turns around and puts the camera on her. I would too. I put the camera on her. Yeah, let's show her. Let's put her on Front Street. No, you can't get away with this shit. Black folks is sick of being persecuted by everybody, talked about by everybody, and y'all think we just gonna sit back and just accept it? No, we ain't doing that no more. It's a changing of the guard is what it is, and now black people are really starting to put people in check and holding y'all accountable. So to that young lady who was talking all that shit, oh well, maybe next time keep your mouth shut. No more chismoso. Yo hablo español, mucho chismoso, muy malo, no bueno. Yeah, I said it. See? And for my Latin people that speak Spanish, they understand exactly what I'm talking about. Be surprised. Yeah. Oh, dark chocolate can speak some Spanish. See what I mean? Anyway, with that being said, I'm your gracious host. I'm the dark one, Dark Chocolate Soul Brother #1, and I'm out. Like, follow, comment, repost this video. Let's get it out there.
What's good, my people? Been under the weather, feel a little bit better. Ain't fully recovered yet, but go check out this content, man. This is a perfect example of why melanated people, as a people, you know what I'm saying, just have to self-segregate away from everybody, right? No reason people talk about us and, want to belittle us and, you know what I'm saying, thinking we just ignorant to any and all things of life. You feel me? And you see that man, he just promptly told her, look, man, you need to watch what you're doing and how you carrying yourself. You think you're doing something slick, but I'm not one of those. I understand clearly what you just said. And then the killing part about racist people is they only want to be racist if it come with no consequence. If it come with a consequence, then they curb and run and lie and just get outside. They become their true self, a coward. You feel me? And this is why we gotta self-segregate. We don't need no laws for segregation. I can't take the time to worry about if you racist or not. You feel me? I got enough going on in my own community, feel me, that I really got to worry about because the people that look like me can get up close to me, right? And we only got so much time on this earth. Why walk around on guard all the time? We got to start excluding people out of our space, man, and start doing things just for us and leave it like that. No, this is just for me. No, you cannot share in it. Call it what you want to call it. Because you don't have nothing I even want to share in. Thanks, man.
Now, I know y'all have seen Chico Leone, the man who was in the Family Dollar, and the lady that was working there was talking about black people. She didn't know he spoke Spanish, and then he had to get her all the way together. Well, child, I just went on his page, and my boy now done monetized it. He teaching us Spanish, y'all. So we about to learn Spanish so we can catch the people, okay, when they trying to say something or be slick. And I'm telling you, he rolling them R's. But before we knew he was Spanish, I was like, oh, that's a cornbread fed black Southern man, because he giving you Southern man swag. But honey, when he started speaking that Spanish in them R's, get that, I was like, yes, Chico. So I'm about to sign up for his class. If Chico have a class, I'm about to sign up, because we tired of being talked about and not knowing. But one girl said she had the translator. I may have to get the translator and really start catching people, because there you could probably translate more languages. Okay, but I just love that he stood up for himself, honey. He is letting the people have it. He let her have it. And he was cool, but then when she started calling Selena, that's when he had to really show himself. But anyway, that's Chico. Go ahead and be a proud Afro-Latina. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Hispanic people got to be careful, because they will try to go talk shit in their language and not realize that a lot of black people can understand exactly what they're saying. Me, for one, I was born in Spanish Harlem. I lived in the Bronx for many years as well. I was bound to pick up on some type of Spanish. A lot of times, Spanish people will walk up to me and just start talking Spanish. I had no choice but to learn. So, yeah, you could be in a restaurant ordering your food, a Spanish restaurant, and the mommies will go to the side and try to talk shit, not realizing that I understand what you're saying. I may not be able to respond to you in your language, but I could pick up on those words. Y'all got to be careful, because every time that happens, they be looking so surprised that I understand the language. Yeah, it's New York City. What do you think? You think that you just gonna talk shit in your language and people just not gonna pick it up? Yeah. Be careful, because I've been seeing a lot of instances to where Hispanic people will go talk shit in Spanish, then be fully shocked when somebody understands. Yeah.
Did you see the video of the black guy who was standing at the counter at Family Dollar, and the chick that was standing behind the register was talking shit about black people in Spanish, and he checked the ass real quick? Family Dollar said, y'all got me messed up. Y'all not about to cancel me the way y'all did Target. Family Dollar called that man first thing this morning. They said, we know who the hell our demographic is, and you ain't fit to let one viral video of some employee that we don't even give a damn about fuck up our money. Family Dollar, you did right. That's how you handle something like that. Here's the part I don't understand about old girl. You are Hispanic. You know better than anybody that there are Afro-Latinas. I will see somebody from far away that is Afro-Latino and just assume that they're black like me. But you know better. I remember the first time I got a silk press on my hair at a Dominican hair salon, and I walked in and saw them black women and they were all speaking Spanish, and I was like, what? You, ma'am? That's your damn culture. He's so nice. He said he wasn't trying to get her fired, but honey, you better be lucky you met the right one that day, because somebody else would have turned your ass every which way but loose.
So as a little short rant, ooh, y'all get out my business. Before my phone dies, when exactly are Spanish people, like Mexicans and Puerto Ricans, when exactly are they our brothers and sisters? When we're out there marching, I don't ever see a Spanish or Mexican out there fighting for black rights. When it comes to getting pulled over, do they say, oh, I'm black, I'm of black descent? When it comes to getting jobs, when they go and apply for somewhere and put on their job application, do they put that they're black? Do they put that they're 2 or more races? Like, let's be for real. There is no such thing as black and brown stand proud when it comes to Spanish people, because they're actually more racist than white people are. Like, let's be for real. When exactly do they stand with us? Yeah, they will stand around and say, Jiggo, I can say this, and I can say, how can you tell us what you can do when it comes to our race and our history? Like, y'all wasn't out there. Like what Rick Ross said. Rick Ross said, you wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. They wasn't with us, baby, when we was out there in them cotton fields. They wasn't with us when we was out here building these white people houses, brick by brick, layer by layer. They wasn't with us when these white people was out here throwing our babies, using them as gator bait. Like, be freaking for real. Y'all are not like us. I don't care how much you try to appropriate our culture and be like us. You are not us.
Welcome back. Now, racism is a bigger disease across the world. And that's why, even right now, Latinos voted for Donald Trump. That's why right now they are going through a lot of problems. And black people are like, okay, we have been telling you this. So, because of racism, because of color, skin color, judging the person because of their color. So like this Mexican lady just judged this black person or this black American because of he's black, and the judgment was he's a thief. Like, it's a stereotype to think every black people is into crime or every Latino is into drugs. You know, like when you hear Mexican, you hear drugs. When you hear black people, you hear crime. And we are the minority. We are marginalized groups like Latinos, black people, you know, and we need to be fighting this battle of racism together. But instead, we are racist toward each other, okay? This lady, his or her own fate didn't end well because Family Dollar threw her out of the job, I think. And they put out a statement saying that she does not represent the views of the Family Dollar. That was the good way to go. So literally she was just cancelled on social media and everything. Now, a lot of black people knows a lot of languages. They know Italian, they know Spanish, French, you know, and you cannot assume that when you talk on your own language, nobody will hear you. Okay, you can't assume that. More so if you are racist. So to all racists, when you are talking around each other or around discussing people who is close to you, you need to be careful because you don't know if he or she understand that language. Okay, even here in Africa, there's a lot of people who know Spanish, French, you know, like Greek, And even commented and said that as black people, we need to know Chinese too, because a lot of Asian too some Chinese are racist towards black people. Now, the racism between Mexican and black people, we may say maybe it's because of the colonial legacy. Because during Spanish colonization, a racial hierarchy was established because Spain's Mexicans most of them are brown, okay? And they were being favored, saying that you are not like them. So I think this had a long-lasting impact on social attitudes, because I'm lighter skin and black people are like this, so I'm not the same as they are. I think it is so bad. It is so bad that they bought this story that because they are light-skinned and they are as same as white people, they are close allies of white people. And so I think that been the one that have been selling out Afro-Latinos, selling out black people, because, okay, those time during colonization, they needed some people who can do the dirty work for them, because they can't come and do the work themselves. Okay, so they needed some light-skinned people to sell them this agenda that you are better than the black people. So this had a long-term, long-lasting impact on social attitudes, and which is not that good. Okay. Another thing, I think for a long time, Mexican promoted a national identity based on the concept of, they call it mestizage, something like that. I read it somewhere. Let me see, mestizage, which means racial mixing, which emphasized indigenous and Europeans' heritage while legacy ignoring Afro-Americans or Afro-Mexicans. It wasn't until 2020 that Afro-Mexicans were officially recognized in the national census. Wow, I never knew this. Like, for a long time, Mexico promoted a national identity based on the concept of racial mixing. Like, okay. Now, lighter skin people, or lighter skin is often associated with higher social status, success, and beauty, while darker skin is linked to lower social standing. Okay? And this, they got this from or is being reinforced by the media, advertising, and everyday life. Even when you watch the Mexican movie, it's so hard for you to get like only white Mexicans are the ones who are, or brown Mexicans are the ones who are there in this Telemundo and everything. So I think there is somehow Mexican are carrying black people like Afro-Latinos, okay? So in the advertising sector, you only find those brown-skinned, light skins are there. Media, reading news, light skins are there. So colorism is high in Mexico. It's very high. That's why they see black people as inferior, because dark-skinned people are always seen, they are being seen as goons, I give an example one time that when you are in the street walking, for example, the street of Nairobi. Now, we are talking about colorism. When you are in the street of Nairobi and there is this dark-skinned guy and there is this very light-skinned guy, when you are walking and you pass somewhere where it's a closed street that you can only fit maybe 2 or 3 people to pass there, if a dark-skinned guy is following you, automatically other people may come. They think that this guy is not good, does not have good intention. But if a light-skinned guy is following you, you're like, okay, I don't know why it's like that. Another example, a black guy and a white guy, and you are there walking. For example, you're a lady walking. Whenever you see a white guy walking towards you, maybe from behind, you feel safe. You're like, okay, this guy is good. But whenever you see an African guy walking behind you in a closed area, you'll be like, okay, this guy is not good. So I think it's a behavior that is everywhere. And this is what we call brainwashing. We were being brainwashed to this, to believe that dark-skinned people are like this and like that. And that was our whole agenda, to make Africans or black people to be seen in another angle, which is not a good angle. So I believe black people or Afro-Latinos, they have been suffering. Now, is that this lady, it was her day to be exposed, because I think she have done this for so long. She has been racist for so long. It was just her day to be exposed, because a lot of Africans or black people have complained that when they go to these stores where there is Mexicans, they got discriminated. The Mexicans are speaking in Spanish, and because they know these people can't listen to, so they speak to their own language. But some people knows, and I've seen videos where people are admitting that we have been going through this. It's just this lady got up with her left foot and he went to the wrong person, and this guy exposed him. So I believe, number one of the things we need to do as Mexicans or Latinos and black people, this war that is in between us is what they created. And they created this war so that they can continue to rule and rule and rule. You know, like black people have been fighting so hard even for the Mexicans. The battle that have been going on, fighting for the equalities and end of the discrimination, it's for all marginalized group. But Mexicans don't see that because they were told, okay, you guys, you are better because you are light-skinned, so that's bad. That's bad. All marginalized group or people of color need to unite so that they can have a good future. Because if we don't do that, we'll continue having economic inequalities between us. Go on and go on. Okay? Black people are underrepresented in politics, entertainment, and mainstream culture, leading to ignorance and stereotypes about black identity and history in Mexico. That's one of the things causing Mexican maybe to be racist towards black people. So racism exists in Mexico. I love how this guy exposed this lady, because they need to know, a lot of people need to know that out here, when you are racist, your day will come to an end. Of course, you cannot just see someone and pretend or get to think he or she is a thief because he's black or he's black. You can't do that. And again, this is to my black friends. You cannot just see a light-skinned person or a white person and you all think this guy is angelic angel from heaven. No. You don't know something about her or about him. All this, I was telling someone, all this chaos that came out like World War I and II, it was the make of white people, light-skinned people. Africans or black people are not there. We are being used to fight, but it was created by the other race. All the colonial slavery, the killings and everything, all these people are behind this, not of black race. So as we see the other race like white or light skin and we see them as angels, you are wrong. You are very, very wrong. You go, you see a black person, you see a Nigerian, you see a Ghanaian, you just think, okay, because he's a Nigerian, he's doing drugs. You are wrong. It is what we call stereotypes. And we need to teach our children and our younger ones that whatever you watch on television, they are not right. Just movies. Like when you put black people on the gang members are always black, the drug dealers are always black or Mexicans, those who carry guns and shoot people are always black, But at the end of these movies, there's something you need to learn. I don't know if you have ever reasoned this like this. Those who are villains, for example, killers on the movies, at the end of the day, you may find that white people pretending to be good all along, and then boom, it turns that it was the ones behind this. They are telling us who they are, and you don't watch, you don't listen to that. Most of these movies, these goons and crimes or gang members, they're working for someone. And that someone is a white guy, all pretending to be good president, good politician, good what. You see on these movies, you will reason well, you will know. It has a lot of meaning where this guy pretending to be good all along, supporting people, but he was behind the drugs, he was behind the gangs, like that's how it is. So if you look these films, even if these videos or movies are stereotypes, but at the end, there's something you need to learn. If you just look clearly, you will know. White people in the movie, they'll be like, okay, they're showing their true colors at the end. So we need to be vigilant. And to Mexican friends and families, you may be a cross ally to the supremacy or to the oppressor. You can't outshine the oppressor. We are still going through the same shit. See what's happening right now with Trump. That's the true color of what is happening, okay? Tell me what you think in the comment section about this video. Until next episode, peace out.